but they're not in their graves.
What's up, ghouls and gals, and welcome to another bone-chilling episode of Saturday Night Horror Theater. I'm joined with the host with the mostest, Mr.
Sid motherfucking Retro, man. The Firestarter.
Yeah, the Firestarter himself, Mr. Sid Retro. Damn, dude. Firestarter, man. Before we get into Firestarter, we'll just say who stars in the movie. Firestarter stars Zac Efron, and it also stars this, I want to say she's a new up-and-coming child actress. Her name is Ryan Kira Armstrong. She plays Charlie in the film. And it also stars Sydney Lemon. She plays the mom character in the film. And this was directed by Keith Thomas, and of course it's based on a Stephen King book. It's a remake of the classic 1980s Drew Barrymore Firestarter movie. Did you watch that one growing up? I never seen that one.
Yeah, I seen it back in the days. You know what I'm saying? Rented it one time and checked it out. And it was pretty good. And because of the first one, I was like, yo, I got to see the second one, man. That little girl looks like Drew Barrymore too.
Kinda, yeah. See, that's the thing. I watched that. You say that, and I watched the trailer for this for both of them before recording this review, and I was kind of like, oh, I haven't seen the original one, so I kind of want to see where it stacks up, you know. So I watched the trailer, and I was kind of like, yeah, I go, this is what this movie kind of was lacking a little bit. Drew Barrymore looks like a creepy kid, but innocent enough, but like a creepy kid, and this little girl just she needed to be a little bit more creepy, you know what I mean? Because I feel like this movie, the trailer, I watched the trailer for this one for the 2022 one, or at the same time, and it kind of promotes the movie as if she's gonna be that way, you know what I mean? They chop up the trailer to where it makes it seem like she sounds like her. I feel good when I hurt people, but she never says that. But you know what I mean? But it's
in the trailer they cut out scene in the trailer she kills a bird or something. Oh yeah, they didn't show that, right? They didn't show that.
Yeah. Speaking of her powers, what did you think of her powers? I thought it was cool. Gas would come out of her hand almost, right? It looked like gas.
Yo, yeah, I loved her powers and stuff, bro.
That was cool, man.
Yeah, that was when the kids were picking on her and stuff. I was like, oh my god, bro, somebody's about to catch third-degree burns, right?
Man, I also thought it was cool that she was an apex fucking X-Men. She had all these different fucking powers. She had telekinesis. She could do that snap thing where she was like that and be do this.
Yeah, mind control.
Yeah.
Yeah, that shit was dope, man. I liked the powers that she had. I liked her. She did good, acting wise.
Yeah, she was good.
She did a good job, man.
Yeah. Normally I hate kids in movies, but she was good.
Yeah, she wasn't that bad. She wasn't that bad, man. But when she set her fucking mom's arms on fire.
Oh, that was cool. And then later she was and later she told Zac Efron, right? She was like, it wasn't supposed to be her. It was supposed to be you. And he was like, what the fuck?
Yeah, I was like, plot twist. That got a little dark real quick.
Yeah.
He was like, fuck. You know what I mean?
Dude, speaking of that, this movie has kind of a weird tone. I could never get my finger on the tone of this movie. Sometimes it's one part a thriller, one part a sci-fi movie, a little bit of a horror movie, and it kind of is a little bit all over the place. And the movie kind of it doesn't really have it needed that extra oomph of emotion, and the movie kind of I know that the movie I get that the whole premise of the movie is Zac Efron. One of the big themes in the movie is Zac Efron, the dad character. He's constantly telling the little girl, stuff that shit down, fucking stuff that shit down, bitch. Don't fucking let your fucking emotions out, or you're gonna fucking cause an inferno in this bitch. But it also feels like all the actors are kind of just oh yeah, you know what I mean? They're kind of real subdued. Everybody's just kind of until they're not like until like Zac Efron is like bleeding out of his face and he's like. I thought that was fucking cool. I thought that was like badass. I thought that was fucking cool. I thought that was real badass.
Yeah, that shit was crazy how he was like running like this bootleg fucking
like he was kind of like a
center thing.
Yeah.
Just like make a quick buck. He's like, just give me whatever you got.
Yeah, he's like, whatever. I like that. Speaking of the money, I like what he did to that old man where he like turned the $1 bill into like $100 bill.
Mm.
Yeah, he was just like here. He's like, well, I'm not gonna pass up $100 bill. I was like, oh, that's cool. I was like, that's fucking bad.
That character was hilarious, bro.
Yeah, that's what I was messaging you. I was messaging you when that part happened, and I was like, what the fuck? I was like, this movie like just slowed all the way down, like almost to like a full stop. The movie was like, well, we're gonna be with this old man and his wife for a little bit. And I was like, what the fuck? I was like, we've been here for too long. Like, we didn't need to be here for like fucking 15 minutes of a 90-minute movie.
It's like nobody cares about his DUI that got his wife.
Yeah.
Shit.
Yeah, that's kind of what they were like, alluding to, right? Another thing that I thought was cool that they alluded to was that the little girl wasn't going to have the same problems that Zac Efron had with like the bleeding and stuff like that. Like, remember, she was like, oh, it hurts me to like not use my power. Like, basically, remember whenever she was like behind that little like alley thing and he was like, oh, don't use it too much. Like, you know, what happens to me can happen to you. And she was just like, no, like it hurts me when like I don't use it. Like, I need to use it. And he was just like, That's another thing. Like, I wish this movie would have like elaborated on more things. Like, I wanted to know more about the drug, lot 6. I wanted to know more about that drug. I wanted to know more about the Indian guy, Rainbird, right? His name was Rainbird. And I wanted to know more about, I just wanted to have more backstory. I wanted everybody to have a little bit more meat on this story. These bones need a bit more meat.
Throw like the backstory in the beginning, in the intro, in the movie.
But it was like,
so you see like both of them getting
that was cool. The beginning was cool.
Bro, the music, the intro, that shit was dope as fuck.
Fucking like, John Carpenter, man.
John Carpenter killed the music on this shit. I was like, damn, like there were scenes in here and I was like, man, this feels so badass because of that soundtrack, bro. Like, you know, especially the Native American dudes, you know, his scenes I loved his scenes, man. I definitely
he was cool, man.
He was cool as fuck, man. We never really get like a Native American villain per se.
Not really, no.
You know what I mean? And then for him to be like stronger, you know what I'm saying? Like strong power.
His power was like Zac Efron's power, but like a little bit like he was just more in tune with it, right? Like he had practiced a lot more, like in using it. Yeah.
Yeah, he felt like he knew more about it and stuff. He was more open to opposed to Zac Efron's character, man.
I like that Zac Efron's character was like, no, like I'll kill people. Like I like how he was like, give me your gun, right? Like he was like, give me your gun, and that guy was like, what? Like I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah. Yeah, what do you think about those little contacts that they were wearing? They're like, oh, you can't use your...
I thought that was cool, but they just kind of snuck that up on our asses, man. Like they were just like, oh, we have this now. I was like, what the fuck? I was like, y'all couldn't explain anything a little bit more? Like you could have given me a couple scenes in the lab where y'all are coming up like with y'all's defense weapons and shit like that. I was like, that would have been dope as fuck. This movie needs to be at least 2 hours. I would have wanted this movie to be like 2 hours. The extra 30 minutes to give everybody a little bit more of like a backstory, and maybe bump up the action a little bit. We can take out some of the talky parts of the movie. We don't need a whole lot of the talky in this movie.
Yeah. There was one explosion though, and I was just like, this. It didn't look good. Like the the Native American. What's the guy? Was it Rainbird? Was it?
Yeah, Rainbird. Oh, when she's like, God, and she like that sound like a Dragon Ball Z like type like like thing, right? Yeah, I remember that. It looked a little like they could have got a second pass through that one, right? It looked like it had like a cartoon, like
because like Rainbow, he just like got up and shit. He just like got up and dusted himself off. I was like, oh, let's get the fuck out of here. It's hot. Like, yo, that shit.
I like whenever he was in I like whenever they show like he goes back to like his hotel room or whatever, and he's like in the shower and he's like, what the fuck? Right? Like he's like fucking tripping out, right? He's like, that fucking little kid is so fucking strong. Like, because before, like the way he approached her was kind of like, she's not a big deal. And then after she like did it to him. Yeah, like after she did it to him twice, he was like, what the fuck? He was like, what the fuck? He was like tripping balls. I thought that was fucking cool.
Yeah, that was dope, man.
Yeah.
I really liked his character. Like you said, I wish they had a little bit more backstory on his
Yeah.
character because I'd like to see. Actually, I'd like to see like the backstory on the parents. Like, you know what I'm saying? They should
Yeah, that's
have.
what I'm saying.
They
Like they could have.
should have did some type of little like escape from the compound, and then
Yeah.
7 years later or something type
Well,
vibe.
in the beginning, it kind of seems like they tricked them, right? Like they were like, "Oh, well, we're gonna like it. Some people are gonna get water, and some people are gonna get this chemical thing, but like it's just like like a test, like medicine." And they were like, "Oh, okay, whatever." And like they did it to them. From what I understand, like they sought these people out because they were like, "Oh, we think they have like abilities, so we're gonna try to like make a kid that has the ultimate abilities." And so that was them, and they kind of like they got the fuck out of there. But yeah, man, I really would have wanted more backstory.
The evil scientists and shit too. I wanted to see what he was
Fucking
doing.
Red Foreman, yeah. He's like, I'll put my foot in your ass, Firestarter.
But yeah, there was the government lady.
I was barely gonna ask you, what did you think about the government lady, Captain something, right? What was her name? Captain Hollister.
Yeah, I didn't really care for her that much. You know what I'm saying? I was like,
she was kind of mad annoying, bro.
Yeah, I feel like she was like overacting. I don't know. I just didn't care for her scenes. I was like, why are we doing this?
I was like, I get it. You want to be Amanda Waller. I get it. They wanted your character to be like Amanda Waller. I get it. I was like, Jesus fucking Christ.
I was hoping that she was going to turn like the little mad scientist dude loose. Because, what I'm saying? She's like, we want you to come back and do it. And he said, Terminator.
Yeah, it kind of seemed like that, right? But the movie was kind of like, wait, hold up. No, we only got like 20 minutes left. He's like, we only got like 20 minutes left. We can't do that. He's like, we can't do that. Cut that scene out.
That would have been dope if he would have tried to go after the kid, after all of them and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. This movie it definitely left me wanting more. You know what I'm saying?
I
want more of this shit. I definitely want more. It's a dope concept, man. It's a dope concept. Dope performances.
Yeah,
definitely some more action though. She kept killing animals.
Yeah, I was like, okay, Michael Myers. Yeah, she fucking got some barbecue fucking cat in the alleyway. Like the cat fucking scratched her, and then she was like, and the cat was like,
yeah, for real. That cat was like, I don't belong to nobody, bitch.
Yeah, get off me, bitch. You're not my owner. And then Zac Efron was all like Mortal Kombat. He was like, finish it. And she was like,
you gotta pay the cost. You gotta pay the cost. She was like, all right.
Dad, but I don't want to finish it.
Yeah, that shit was wild, man. Yeah,
I like whenever she was able to kind of get a hold on her power, and she was like fucking chucking like meteors at fucking people, right? She was like, no.
Yeah. Bro, did she like blow a fucking hole through somebody, like some fireball? Like,
yeah, some soldier guy was gonna come and like shoot her, and she was like, no, and he like, oh, like he just fucking, and then he turned that chick on fire. She was like, liar, Pat's on fire. She was like, oh
God. She was like, come with me, I can get you out of here.
I was like, bitch, what?
She was like, no, thank you, bitch. Barbecue.
Yeah. See, dude, the last 20 minutes of this movie, I wish the whole movie was fucking like this. I think it would have been cool, like this little girl from the jump, she's like running away from these people and she's like killing everybody, and she has to find her mom and has to find her dad. And of course the mom dies because the mom always dies in these kinds of fucking movies. But the mom could still die, and in the new version, in our new version of Firestarter, in our new version of Firestarter.
Yeah, she could kill her.
Yeah. Dude, I felt bad for the mom because right when I saw the mom on screen, I was like, oh, she's gonna die. I even thought when I first saw the movie, I was like, oh, is this a flashback to when the mom was alive? Because remember, he was like dreaming that she fucking like caught everything on fire. And I was like, oh, she killed the mom. And I was like, oh no, the mom's still alive. I was like, never mind.
But when she jumped up, when she dropped out that closet, I was like, oh shit.
Oh yeah, she was just there like,
yeah. I was like, whoa, damn, ain't that some shit, man? They like went for ice cream and came back, and it was like,
oh yeah.
Like, what the fuck?
Man, yeah. I would have liked, speaking of that, I would have liked to have seen more people with powers. Like they showed they had a bunch of those like cells. So that makes me think that there's a lot of different people with powers in there. I think that would have been cool if they would have showed more people with different powers.
Yeah, but are they gonna do a part 2? Because this feels like, what I'm saying, like this could be some shit to where, you know what I mean? You can definitely introduce, like they should do like some type, I'm sure they have some type of like, some type of bootleg Captain America that they got souped up.
Yeah, right. They're like, we can just make one up.
And stuff, some type of Winter Soldier type deal, something like that.
From what I can see, dude, they have a few fucking Firestarter movies. They have Firestarter, the first one with Drew Barrymore. Then they have Firestarter 2 Rekindled, which is a sci-fi original miniseries.
Oh, wow.
That takes like kind of like what you were saying, like what happened to her after the fact.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so they have those.
I wonder if I keep forgetting the dude's name. Was it Rainbird?
Rainbird, yeah.
Rainbird. Yeah, I wonder if Rainbird is in that miniseries or whatever, if that's a new character that they put
I don't know
here.
if he's in the book or what. I don't know. Like,
I'm interested in his character. I want to see what the hell's going on.
Yeah, that actor was good. That actor's name is Michael Gray Eyes. He's actually like a Native American. He's a pretty good. He was pretty good in this movie. I don't know what else he comes out in or what, but he was pretty good in this fucking movie.
They had him sniping and shit. He was
fucking sniping people out and stuff. Speaking of that, dude, how the fuck did that old man die just from getting shot in the leg? He got shot in the leg and they were like, oh, they killed him. And I was like, did they though? I was like, he just shot him in the leg. I was like, what the fuck? I was like, why did he die from that? I was like, was he like, or did he die of like alcohol poisoning? And I was like, what the fuck? I was like, what the fuck happened?
Of a broken heart.
Yeah, man. Hey, also, what happened to his wife? If he died, she's just in the fucking house in the bed. She's just like, hey, is anybody there? Hey.
Yeah, I don't know, right? Firestarter might have had to have been like, you gotta finish it.
Yeah, he's like, finish it. Burn her to a crisp. He's like, Dad, we don't have to kill everybody. Burn her.
Finish it now.
Speaking of that, what did you think? We can get into like, I guess, spoilers. I mean, this movie's already been out. I mean, if you want to see it, you can watch it. It's on Peacock or it's also on at the theater. But this movie, I feel like it wasn't bad, but I feel like this is one you can watch at home. You don't have to watch this one at the theater. You can watch this one at home.
You can definitely watch it at the crib. The only reason to go see it is if like in theaters, if you're like a big like John Carpenter fan with the score,
or Stephen King fan,
score and all that stuff. Then and if you're a Stephen King fan, then go check it out in theater.
Or if you like High School Musical a lot, want to see Zac Efron do some cool stuff, I guess. I don't know.
Zac Efron play a father. That's crazy, bro.
That was weird, right? I thought I was the only person that thought that was weird. I was like, he's old like that now? I was like, what the fuck?
Every time he was crying with the blood eyes, I was like, the stigmata crying.
Yeah.
I was like, what the fuck, bro? That shit was creepy as fuck.
Dude, and then he did it the last time.
Gross.
The last time when he did it, he was like seizing out, right? He was like, I was like, whoa, fuck. Man,
when he made the shit disappear or whatever.
Yeah, he made her disappear and he was like, what the fuck, right? He was like tripping out, that guy. He was like the saddest version of like Professor X that I've ever seen in like my entire life. This whole movie was like a very sad like origin story of like the Human Torch or some shit like that. Like the saddest X-Men and like everybody's just sad and like super realistic and they have like super real problems and everything is just like real bleak and dark. Like Jesus Christ.
This is in the Logan universe.
No, yeah. Like even in the Logan universe, there was like little bright spots where like fun stuff happened. And this, they're like, no, dark, 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 dark. Mom's dead. Dad gets cooked to a crisp. Speaking of that, what did you think? What did you think of the ending of this movie?
Didn't see that coming.
Yeah, he's like, burn it down, burn it all down.
Yeah, I mean, I knew that she was gonna burn that whole shit down, but I didn't expect fucking Rainbird, bro.
Oh yeah, he was like, well, he had said earlier on, right? He was like, she is my sister, she is my mother. Like, you know what I mean? Like we're linked, like because they're the same. You know what I mean, or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And she was
She's like more powerful spirit and shit.
I like what that Captain Hollister said to him. She was like, oh well, you killed her mother, and he was like, oh yeah, I did do that. He's like, oh yeah, my bad. He's like, my bad. He's like, I also shot that old man in the leg as well. He's like, fuck.
Yeah, I didn't think that she was gonna end up like going with him because he killed like both her parents. You know what I mean? Like
that's what I was thinking too.
I was like, what the fuck? But I guess like what he's supposed to do, like he's the only one that like really knows how to use his power.
Yeah, I think that's what she
like,
thought too. She was, I think that's what she figured too. She was like, oh well, like he knows how to do like these powers and shit, so I guess I can just go with him. They're like, and he did save my life. You know what I mean? He did save my life. I was about to get fucking murked out there.
Yeah, that was nuts, man. That's why I was like, I gotta see part 2, man, because him and her running around, doing some crazy shit.
They're gonna make it like a family comedy. They're gonna be like out like in New York or some shit.
For real, right? Have her like cooking dinner outside, barbecuing.
Or there's gonna be some homeless people cold outside, and she's gonna turn the trash can on for them. Thanks, Firestarter.
Man, I liked how that she like almost kept lighting everything on fire though too. That shit was crazy.
Oh yeah,
like, things like reacted differently. Like, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Little sparks and shit. I was like, oh shit.
Like when she was barely like starting to like kind of get like nervous, it'd be like, and then she'd be like, no.
Yeah, that was crazy. Her poor teacher, cool. Bro.
Yeah, the teacher was all traumatized.
She's like, where are you?
Yeah,
I just want to help you.
Yeah, she's like, don't kill me. She's like, it was you, bitch. It was you all along.
Yo, that shit was crazy. I was like, man, she was like, where'd she go? She ran off. And then she's just like, the whole bathroom's like a sauna.
And she was like, call me, I'm off. We like shot like fire at her.
Yeah, that was wild. They called the police on her ass. God damn.
Yeah. Man, I see this movie, man. I liked this movie, man, for what it was. I really didn't think I was gonna like it. I saw that it was kind of getting some bad reviews and that some of it had like 1 star in some places and stuff like that. And like, honestly, I don't think that this movie's that bad. I think that this movie could have been really, really, really fucking good. But what we got wasn't too bad. It kind of felt like a great value version of like Stranger Things or something like that. Like Firestarter is very much like a like dollar store, like, you know, great value, like 11, you know, like she's very much like that character. And I feel like if they would have gave her a little bit more backstory, a little bit more of an identity, and like everybody a little bit more of a backstory, a little bit more of an identity, we would have had like a really, really fucking good remake. But as it stands, this movie's not bad. I mean, it's something that like I wouldn't mind watching again. Like I might check it out again. But I mean, this was interesting, man. I really like dug it. Everybody did their job. Everybody was it was acted well. There was some good action. But at the end of the day, I will say it is a little bit kind of like mid. It's a little bit mid, a little bit in the just very in the middle.
The last 20 minutes is
the last 20 minutes fucking rule. If the whole movie was like that, that would be like a 10 out of 10 movie. Just some little girl going around catching people's fucking heads on fire and like shooting fucking fireballs at people and shit. That would have been a 10 out of 10.
That shit was, I think that's where the movie like really shines, is that last act.
Yeah, the last third.
Yeah, man, that shit is the first intro I liked a little bit, you know what I'm saying? Then it slowed down.
The intro was cool.
Yeah, you know, but the movie slowed down a little bit. But yeah, what do you want to rate this, man? What are you thinking?
I think I have to give this movie a 6.5 out of 10. Like it's not bad, but it's not good, and it could have been a lot better. Yeah,
I could agree with that, because I was thinking like 7, but 6.5 is probably a little bit more deserving, because it could have been a lot more. I don't know. It's just at the same time, though, it's just like, how many people do you want like a 10-year-old to kill? Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like her body count was.
Yeah, at the end, she was just like killing everybody because they were like trying to kill her. You know what I mean? Like they were trying to like kill her. I just think it could have been, and you know, and this movie was rated R. Just like, and it was a very soft rated R. Like it was. I mean, they could have did some gory shit with this fucking fire.
This could have been PG-13. Like, I guess not. I don't know, but
I mean, it was super. It felt like a super soft rated R to me.
Yeah, it did. It doesn't have a lot of blood in it, but everybody was on fire. That's why.
I guess, yeah. Yeah, that's true.
It can't really be a lot of blood when you just lighting people exploding, you know, people explosions and fucking fires. It's like, oh shit. But I guess I would like a more of a body count. But I could see how when they just were like, okay, like how, like they probably were like, okay, how many people is she gonna kill? In this
movie? We're like, how many people can we get away with her killing?
Yeah, you
like, know before people are kind of like, well, she's like fucking evil as fuck. You know what I mean? I honestly thought that's what this movie was gonna be. I thought she was gonna be like a killer kid. was gonna be like on a rampage.
Some moments where she got a little dark and she came.
Oh yeah, where she was kind of like, man, fuck this. Like I had to kill my dad because of y'all. Like it murdered everybody.
Yeah, man. Yeah, 6.5, man. It's an interesting. I think the concept is super interesting.
Oh yeah, super interesting.
And the music is dope, man. I love.
Man, I honestly would have liked if they would have made this into a series, man, instead of a movie. This would have been a way better, like a remake
this
series.
Would have been a better. Yeah, if they could have did like the earlier, like
6-8 episodes.
Oh yeah, mini thing, little 6 episodes, little Moon Knight run.
Yeah, dude. Sure. Yeah. And then we could have got the whole backstory of everything, and that would have been fucking perfect.
Yeah, that would have been more dope. But like not many people are familiar with this property.
I didn't even know there was another Firestarter.
I always confused it with like Carrie.
It is kind of Carrie-ish
because they're both like Stephen King.
Yeah,
came out around
very Carrie-ish.
I remember like, okay, yeah, I watched this one and I watched that one. Kept it moving. But maybe people didn't think people would be that interested into it. I don't know.
And it's honestly, which is sad, it's not really making a lot of money, so that kind of sucks. But so the chances of us seeing Firestarter again is going to be slim for a while. But I enjoyed it for what it was, man. But yeah, 6.5 out of 10, ghouls and gals. There you have it. We started the fire. We set the blaze. We talked about Firestarter. Let us know. Yeah, let us know in the comments below what you thought about Firestarter, and let us know what you thought about the review. And like always, I'm Ryan T, and this man right here is
motherfucking Retro 727, man. Thank you guys for tuning in, man. Go watch Firestarter.
Yeah, all right.
It's worth the stream.
Yeah, it's worth the watch. Yeah. All right. We'll see you in the next one.